Around 2 years ago, I made one of the best decisions of my life. And that's because I switched up my training style. I changed the way I look at fitness, health, movement, physical activity, you name it, everything. Because back then, around 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I had a different philosophy, a different way of looking at fitness. All I did was go to the gym, train push-pull leg, bench press, squats, deadlift. Just like bodybuilding and powerlifting. It was it was fun back then, but I'm so glad that I switched things up because for me there was no future in this way of training. I was just doing the same things week in, week out, day in, day out. It was getting boring. It was getting very boring and very limited. Because with this way of training, you're not really training movements, at least with bodybuilding. With powerlifting, you're training movements, and it's somewhat functional, but also it's pretty limited. It's just 3 movements all over again. But bodybuilding, I respect bodybuilding. It's cool when you see these people on stage, but to make it there, you have to use certain substances, and it's just not good for your body. I mean, I've experienced it. I did bodybuilding and powerlifting. I mean, I started with going to the gym, so like fitness overall. For now, I will just call it bodybuilding. I started doing that to add muscle, which was good. I can say that I recommend it for people that are very skinny, need some extra muscle to work with. For those people, I would recommend it. And I'm very happy that I did it because in the first year of doing fitness/bodybuilding, I think I had like 8 kilograms of pure muscle. I did this bodybuilding thing for 4 years, something like that. And then in the last 2 years of this fitness journey, I also did powerlifting. So first 2 years, just bodybuilding, adding muscle, and ego lifting on the bench press and deadlift. So a little bit of powerlifting. And then in the last 2 years of that journey, the 4-year journey, I did some serious powerlifting, which made me very strong. I mean, compared to professional powerlifters, I was nowhere near strong, but for me, I was getting very strong. I had a decent squat, decent deadlift, decent bench. The numbers were going up. My body weight was going up. Also, my body fat in the winters were going up. I was doing like dirty bulks, training 5 to 6 times a week, just pumping iron. And I had like a turning point. Something happened that made me realize, like, Jan, you became so stiff. Like a block of iron, like a block of concrete. Not able to move, not able to be free in your body. The turning point was the following event. At my university, I have a sports membership. We have a gym there, which costs only like 200, 250 euros a year. Very cheap. We have a fitness area. We can do boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. You have a sauna there. So I was like, for that money, I'm going to give it a shot. First few months, I was just doing fitness, because they also had these calibrated plates. And back then I was doing powerlifting, so the calibrated Alico plates, it was like a wet dream for me. I think it's a wet dream for every powerlifter, and like the calibrated plates was what attracted me in the first place to go train there. But then after a few months, I was like, maybe I should go to the boxing class once to try it out, see if I still got it or something like that. So I went there. And back in the day, I used to play football. I played football from the age of, I think, 4 or 5. And then right before starting my fitness journey, I stopped because of COVID and I just started pumping iron to add muscle. So back in the day, I was very athletic. I was fast, had good cardio, explosive, I played football for like 12 years. And then I switched up things by just going to the gym, powerlift, bodybuild. So okay, back to the boxing class. I think my body weight that day was above 90 kilograms. It was in the winter. It was bulking season. Numbers were going up with powerlifting, and I'm like, let me try this boxing class. That day, I got humbled. Like humbled badly. After 5 to 10 minutes, still warming up, I was like, bro, I want to go home. I want to do some deadlifts, some squats. This is hard. This is so hard. It was like hell. Like these classes take like 1.5 hours. 5 minutes in, I'm like, bro, I want to go. It's not for me. But I completed it. I didn't quit. I just continued, and I had no experience back then. So of course I expected not to be great at it, as in like the techniques were very new and stuff like that, but I was not fit. So my body was not moving around too well. The movement, it just felt very awkward because my body was just used to training squat, bench, deadlift, and then just pumping iron in machines. So I was training no movements. I had no cardio. I wasn't running. I wasn't sprinting. I wasn't doing jump ropes. I was doing nothing. Just your average gym bro on a dirty bulk diet. So after class, I was like, I missed my old body. The body that was playing football, was running around on the field. Like back then, when I was playing football, my body felt free. I felt free in my body. But that day with the boxing class, I didn't experience that feeling. I was locked, everything was tight and it was bad. But I'm very glad that I went to that boxing class, because that day I realized that the bodybuilding and powerlifting was not for me. And again, I really respect people that are committed to these two sports, but it isn't for me, because I realized that I wanted to be able to feel free in my own body. I realized that I wanted to move around, to jump, to sprint, to do things with my body weight, to be able to fight. So that was like a switch. Since that day, I started training differently. Not like as in the next day I started doing calisthenics and I was not touching the weights anymore. No, it was a very slow transition. So I was still doing the powerlifting, I was still doing the bodybuilding, but I slowly incorporated some different movements. I was like, we can combine those things. I mean, I was in the middle of like a powerlifting block, so I wanted to finish these things. I still wanted to do my push-pull leg and all this crap bullshit. I mean, it's not crap bullshit. Like, if you want to do that, feel free. But if I look back at it, for me, it's crap. It's bullshit. So yeah, I was still doing these things. But I was like, I'm slowly going to incorporate some functional movements. So I'm going to start doing pull-ups. I'm going to start doing some dips, some more push-ups. I'm going to buy a jump rope. I'm going to do that. A little bit more cardio. And one thing led to another. I slowly started dropping the gym bro mentality. I slowly started incorporating the primal mentality. What do I mean with primal mentality? The primal mentality means movement. Move your body like your ancestors did. That's like my journey. The way I switched up, the reason why I switched to the my current philosophy or my current training style. And what I realized in the past 2 years is that my body changed completely. Not the way it looks, but my body became functional because I'm training all these movements. Like that's the difference between moving your body in different ways and just going to the gym. With moving around, you're training movements. What does a movement mean? A movement is your body using different muscles together to create a movement. And there's like a lot of aspects in this. Like, of course, you're using your muscles. You need stability, coordination. Then all these muscles need to work together. This is a movement. If you train bodybuilding, you're isolating the muscles. You're just gonna sit in like a chest press machine and you just press. I mean, you're using your chest, tricep, and shoulder together, but it's not a functional movement. Your ancestors didn't have any reason to train that because it's not going to help you with anything. Is it going to help you with throwing a spear? No. Is it going to help you with fighting, hunting animals? No. No. Swimming? No. Like, it doesn't make any sense to train that in terms of like a functional perspective. And since I started training this way, I slowly became free in my body again. I'm still not there, as in there are so many more things to learn. But like my mind muscle connection, not like in the gym bro mind muscle connection to really feel your muscle squeezing and stuff like that. Not that, but in terms of my mind muscle connection or mind body connection while doing movements became better. So I got better overall coordination, better overall stability, better core strength, better rotational power because I'm training all these different movements. Because I do all these different movements, all these aspects, all these functions that your body has became better, more optimal. And now when I want to train a new movement or try a new movement, I understand it more quickly than ever before. So yeah, there's a primal way of living. Training movements, not isolating muscles. Sometimes I get like flashbacks to the bodybuilding era. It was a fun time, you know. Just going to the gym with your buddies, like drinking Monster, putting in 2 scoops of pre-workout, just training, being sore as fuck the next day, growing your body. I mean, you see like every month your body becomes bigger, you become stronger, you're hitting PRs. It was so much fun, and I don't regret it at all because it built my body, as in it got me to a certain body weight, it got me to a certain muscle mass, which is still very useful today. You know, the way I look at it, I was building like a sword. I was putting the materials together, but the sword was not sharpened yet. Do you know what I mean? Adding the muscle was like putting all the materials together. And at some point I got to a certain body weight, certain muscle mass that felt good on my body, felt good on my frame. No, that was the frame, the sword. And now I'm slowly sharpening the sword. And by sharpening, I mean training movements, opening my body, stretching, fighting, becoming explosive, getting good cardio, everything. And I think that's also what you should do. Don't feel obligated. If you love bodybuilding, if you love powerlifting, if you love just going to the gym, training push pull leg, be my guest. But I can tell you one thing, doing that is very limited. In my opinion, it's not fun at all because you're not learning anything new. You're not exploring the body. Imagine how many movements your body is able to do if you train them. There's so many forgotten movements that our ancestors used to do that are not done anymore. So I think this game of exploring your body, trying out different movements is much more interesting than training the same movement over and over and over and over again. And I mean, that's basically what you're doing with powerlifting and bodybuilding. You're training the same shit day in, day out for years. For years, you're going to the gym, doing your lat pull down or your chest press. It's just the same shit, different day. Of course, the weights are increasing. Your weight is also increasing. But what's the point? You're not learning anything new. You're just increasing the weight. Like that's the progression. You're increasing the weight. Is that fun? It's fun for a certain period of time, but I mean, after years, it just becomes boring. And you hear this story so much. I lost motivation. Why? Just became boring. I mean, first 2 years, I added so much muscle, new movements, going to the gym, different thing. You know, before that, I was just sitting on the couch, and now I see that my body is transforming. I'm feeling better. Testosterone is going up. Great. But at some point, you're going to hit a plateau. Because your body thinks like, what are we doing? You want to add even more muscle? For what? Go do something with your muscle. Like, you're going to do the same shit again. Same chest press. Oh, but now you added 2.5 kilograms. Good job. And look, you have these people like Jeff Nippert. What is he adding? How much mass is he adding every year? I mean, the guy is natural, which I respect, but without that, at some point you're gonna hit like a plateau. You can add like a maximum of maybe 0.5 kilogram or 1 kilogram, even less muscle mass each year. And you're like training 5 times a week, being very autistic with your training program, and you're like science-based, optimal lifter, and you're adding like a few pounds of muscle mass. And you're hitting a PR. Okay. In my eyes, it's just a waste of your time. Because I proved it to myself that I can still be aesthetic. I mean, I retained the body that I built with powerlifting and bodybuilding. Maybe like the composition changed a little bit, but in my eyes, it even got better. What am I doing now? I'm training calisthenics, movements, handstand. Handstand. I started to do that now, but I'm picking it up. Like I'm picking it up pretty quickly because I'm understanding my body better. You're doing muscle ups, pull ups, dips. These are like not the most functional movements. It's not like your ancestors had a calisthenics park, but you're training with your own body weight, which in my eyes is more functional than going to the gym and, training in a machine. What else? I'm doing calisthenics. I'm doing kickboxing, which is very functional. Fighting. I mean, fighting. How like that? Like maybe that's one of the most functional things a human body can do. Protecting yourself. We were protecting ourselves for thousands and thousands of years. Then I'm sprinting. Sometimes I'm climbing, like bouldering. Also, like climbing, very, very primal, very functional. What else? Like doing movements in a gym that mimic primal movements. For example, you have certain things in the gym that can like mimic throwing movements, lifting heavy things, like a deadlift. I'm not saying a deadlift is bad by challenging the powerlifting. No, like deadlift is a very functional movement. I mean, we had to pick up heavy objects back in the day, and even now, like heavy rock. You have to put it from A to B. I mean, you have to deadlift the rock. So picking up heavy objects, walking around with heavy objects, doing plyometrics, jumping high, jumping far away. So many options. So many options. And in my eyes, this is way more fun than doing the same shit all over. And my body is loose. Like, I can even feel it with dancing or moving in general. It just feels so much better. So much better. So, I highly suggest you to try this out. Try this out, and like me, you can slowly adjust. You can slowly change the way of training. If you're going to the gym now, all you do is bodybuilding. You can slowly, add some functional movements. Maybe work on your cardio, add some jump ropes, try some calisthenics. You will see this is so much fun. You should give it a go. By the way, this is the first time doing a video like this. I've never done a video like this. I mean, for the past 1.5 years, the only videos I've made on this channel till now was training. But I'm not the most experienced guy, but I feel like I have some experience. I have experience in fitness, powerlifting, calisthenics now, in combat sports. And I feel like I had to explain this to you guys. I really had to do this. Just to show you my perspective on the switch that I made. So do with it what you want. Try it out. Try some different things. You'll enjoy it. For now, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed and if you thought this was helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.